Congresswoman Nancy Mace called out a witness at a House oversight hearing yesterday. It was focused on anti-democratic extremist groups, the threat that they pose to democracy. Mace, as you know, is a Republican congresswoman from South Carolina. She started her time asking the witnesses a few yes or no questions like these.
Do you believe that rhetoric targeting officials with violence for carrying out their constitutional duties is a threat to democracy, Mr. Ward? Yes. Mr. Siegel?
Yes.
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 Then Congresswoman Mace turned her attention to Alejandra Caraballo, an LGBTQ rights activist and instructor at Harvard Law, and some of her past tweets.
Only a few weeks after the attempted attack on a Supreme Court justice on June 25th, one of the witnesses, Alejandra Caraballo, tweeted out the following in response to a decision on abortion overturning Roe v. Wade, and I'll quote directly from the tweet. "The 6 justices who overturned Roe should never know peace again. It is our civic duty to accost them every time they're in public. They are pariahs. Since women don't have their rights, these justices should never have a peaceful moment in public again." I know something about being accosted. The night of January 5th, I was physically accosted on the streets of DC in Navy Yard by a constituent of mine. I fervently blamed rhetoric on social media, rhetoric at public events, for being physically accosted. I carry a gun everywhere I go when I am in my district and I'm at home, because I know personally that rhetoric has consequences. I've had my car keyed. I've had my house spray painted. I had someone trespass in my house as recently as August. I've been doxxed on social media about where I live. So my last question today of Ms. Caraballo, do you stand by these comments, this kind of rhetoric on social media? And do you believe it's a threat to democracy?
Thank you, Representative, for the opportunity to clarify and provide context to my tweets.
I have a question, is it yes or no? Do you believe your rhetoric is a threat to democracy when you're calling to accost a branch of government, the Supreme Court?
I don't believe that's a correct characterization of my
tweeted,
statements.
Did you not tweet that? What happened to the Speaker's husband is every member's worst nightmare. So it's clear to me that we have to call out the threats to our democracy emanating from wherever they come, whether it's the right or the left.
Quite a grilling.
Yeah.
I think listen, we've all had to deal with it. Some of us more than others. She obviously, it's awful what Mace has had to deal with. But I think it's right. The rhetoric has to be toned down. I hope Elon Musk is listening. I hope the people who run social media, I hope they're listening to this. And everyone should have that same energy. Republicans should have the same energy about if it happens on their side. Democrats should have the same energy if it happens on their side as well, because it has to be toned down. What you end up with, people getting hurt, or a January 6th.
And you saw it like with Justice Kavanaugh, she was talking about those tweets.
Gun outside his home, yeah.